So let's stick with Barcelona a little bit. We are seeing some great results from Dembele. Right now, I'll drop a stat on you. He's got 15 assists, which is only fewer than Lionel Messi with 19 and KDB with 16. So the question for the chat, Buga, we'll start with you, is Ousmané Dembélé considered world class? What do you think?
Wait, before that, who comes after Dembélé? Do you have that?
Who comes after Dembélé? Oh, well, now
look it up.
Hey, producer, pull up those stats real quick.
We don't have that sort of information, Bulga.
We need a tactical person here.
That's our next hire.
Yeah, that's our next hire. Okay, so yes, I put this question on the script, guys, because for me, dude, it's so annoying. I don't know about you, but I feel I have a connection with Dembélé, and I'll explain to you why. A personal relationship, because whenever I feel I'm up, he's down. Whenever I go into crisis, whenever I'm struggling, I'm super anxious and whatnot, and I just had hard times, Dembele was injured. Dembele was, oh no, he's playing to my PlayStation. And whenever he's good, I'm good as well. So I do feel we're connected in some way. That's the way I feel. And I feel I'm better than ever. So Dembele has to be better than ever as well. And I feel that it's really good. It comes down to that decision making that Xavi is trying to teach him. And of course, people want to see, okay, this is something that we want to see on a consistent basis. But on a consistent basis, you don't see any player being directly contributed to the 4 goals. That's different. And having 2 assists, 2 goals in a game or scoring is not that like only some few players can do that. Only the elite of the elite, the world-class players can do that. So I do feel that he's been underappreciated. When we talk about wingers, Dembele for me is better than Sané, than Gnabry, than Coman, better than Richard Mahrez, better players like that, players that people will identify already like being top. And it's just the injuries that still kind of draw Dembele down, that push him back to reality or make people think, okay, he's not good enough, that I feel are holding him back. As soon as people already start to see that he's a different player and that, I don't know, that doubt that maybe he'll get injured, as soon as that changes, I feel that people should see the recognition on Dembele, because realistically, the output that he's putting out is incredible. It really, really is. And people are saying, oh, we want to see it in big games, but in big games, you want to see every player perform. So I don't really get that argument.
No, but Bulga, you know what I'm going to be doing now? Before every big Barca game, I'm going to be sending you a message in the morning and saying, how are you feeling, man? Because then we know, is Dembele going to be on form? But no, I mean, I gotta say, I give a lot of credit to Xavi on the Dembele front, because he really has been his biggest fan from day one, through the whistles, through everything. He's stuck by him, and I gotta say he's done well. And he's turning into a really, really, really good winger. Just always the same things that everyone says about Dembele, but it has to be said, is that some games you watch him and you just think, what are you doing? Like, it's just like he's playing with like 2 left feet, which, well, is quite ironic because we know that Dembele doesn't really have a preferred foot. But you know what I mean? Where he just looks a bit unfocused and a bit out of it. You're thinking, just get with it, man. Like, come on. Even if, like, because some players obviously play worse in other games, but you still feel that it's the same player. With Dembele, it can often just be so high and then so low, and he's got to start changing that. I think he has changed that more on the Xavi, by the way. I don't think it's so dramatic, but sometimes that problem is still there. But we got to say, he's a real asset. And I think when you don't cover your left-hand side, like Athletic Club, by the way, I thought did really badly. Maybe the worst setup we've seen against Dembele so far, which for Valverde, who I rate so highly tactically, I was just like, what are they doing? When are they going to change this? Because he had far too much space against him.
And he has managed Dembele.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he was going on about how special he is in the press conference. Why didn't you put someone on him then, mate? But yeah, I mean, like you're asking for trouble there. When Dembele is in that sort of form, he's really one of the most dangerous players in European football. So if he can keep that up, which he has been doing a lot more under Xavi, it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, you said a few good things there, Pablo. Let me say this first, because I have mixed feelings about it. There's a saying, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. There's lies, damn lies, and statistics. You guys ever heard that one before?
No.
I feel like I might have.
It means the first 2 parts pretty self-explanatory. There's lies, there's damn lies, and then statistics, meaning you can paint a lot of different narratives when you start pulling data. So while Dembele is racking up assists, and I appreciate that, the consistency needs to be there. So everything that Pablo said, I think he phrased perfectly. So I'm just going to echo that. Mm-hmm. But I will then turn optimistically, and I'll say this. Another thing that I say a lot is that expectations, or disappointment rather, right? Disappointment comes when expectations are not in alignment with reality. Mm-hmm. So I think what we've seen over the last year with Dembele under Xavi is that Dembele is not going to be the goal scorer. He's not going to be the Mbappe. He's not going to be the Messi. He's not going to be the Mo Salah type of forward. But he's going to provide the assists. If we start comparing him in that, under those parameters, all of a sudden it's a different perspective of Dembele. So I'm going to start turning more towards that focus, not what are you giving me in terms of putting it in the back of the net, despite getting his first headed goal for Barcelona just over the weekend against Athletic Club. I think let's start judging him by, is he setting up, is he creating opportunities for others? And then I think the yardstick for Dembele becomes a lot more accurate.
Definitely.
I like that. I like that a lot.